Hello, Josh Brumm, live from San Diego Convention Center. We're here at Intersolar Day 2, having a blast. And if you want to come by our booth, 1523, we are your clean energy solution provider at Solagen. We have lots of different options for all your different clean energy needs: EV charging, racking, solar energy storage, electrical balance of systems, the whole enchilada. Everything on the roof and under the roof, we can get it for you at Solagen for your clean energy needs. We're talking with our key core energy storage partners that I work with on a regular basis here at Solagen. Very excited because I've known about MK Battery Deka for a very long time. One of the largest, most well-known battery manufacturers in the United States, made in the USA. Lead acid products for so many years, their legacy products, whether it's scaling for big off-grid systems. Back in the day when I'd go up in the mountains with the National Park Service and I'd see big old huge, Deka, Unity, and all kinds of cool stuff like systems. And I'm like, wow, these MK battery folks are amazing. And now I work here as energy storage manager at Solagen, and I'm blessed because we work with MK Battery, and because we work with MK Battery, you get to work with MK Battery. How exciting, right? Right now we're at booth 2621, Deka right here. Lots of different batteries that we're going to talk about, but first, before we get into this new lithium iron phosphate dual voltage, high voltage or low voltage battery chemistry opportunity. This technology is amazing for residential or commercial. We'll get into that in just a moment. But back here, if you don't mind, some of the legacy products. We have gel, maintenance-free, valve-regulated lead-acid batteries for solar, deep cycle, and other applications. So you got scissor lifts and stuff like that for your construction companies. We can get all these types of batteries for you from MK Battery through us here at Solagen. So the conventional stuff as well, USA made, top of the line quality, and you probably didn't know this, but the most recycled product on planet Earth, more than bottles, more than cans, more than paper, are lead acid batteries. The most sustainable, most recyclable product on planet Earth. 99% of all parts in a lead acid battery are recycled into a brand new battery. That is amazing. And MK Battery still leading the way. You can get your lead acid batteries for those different applications where lead acid makes sense. Deep cycle lead acid batteries, whether it's maintenance free, wet flooded, we can get it for you from MK Battery here at Solagen. So I've got my friend Bruce Habak from Deka, from MK Battery. Bruce, thank you for having us at your booth.
No, thanks for stopping by.
Bruce has a lot of experience, and we are thankful that we get to draw on his team, Klausy, Tobiah, Elias, and then also Bruce. These folks have a combined years of experience that we're able to talk to about projects. So we're not just doing a quote. Oftentimes what will happen is we'll get the details for a project, and before these folks from MK Battery ship the product for an order, they double check and triple check the load evaluation, the project details. They want to make sure that you're going to have success. And that's the level of experience we're dealing with here at MK Battery. So kudos to you and your team, Bruce, on all of that. That level of experience, it goes through Solagen, and you get to experience that as well with a great customer satisfaction. Okay, so this battery, Bruce, is amazing. You're offering a new lithium iron phosphate battery system, dual voltage, high voltage, low voltage. Talk a little bit about the Deka duration product and technology now available here at Solagen.
Well, thanks, Josh. And as you pointed out, this is our newest product offering. At MK Battery, as Josh said, we're first and foremost a lead acid battery company, and we like to sell you the right product for the application. But in today's world, with a lot of the applications, it seems like a chemistry that has a fast recharge and a longer cycle life is what everybody's wanting. So lithium has come into play. Our LFP is a lithium iron phosphate that we feel very comfortable with our Italian manufacturing partner. It is a dual voltage, as Josh said. It is a low voltage 48 volt system that can be put in parallel strings up to 550 kilowatt hours of product. And on the high voltage side, you can put them in series on up to 1,000 volts and up to 775 kilowatt hours of storage. So you have a really nice range of capacity from a 5300 or a 5.3 kilowatt hour product on up to 750 or 775 kilowatt hour of products. So it's a nice wide range. It can be paired with most of the more common, better inverters that are on the market, which we feel good about, and it can be, this is in a closed loop scenario. That is one that has been matched and paired, that your protocols are matching, and the BMS, that is a proprietary BMS in this product, is matched up with, that will control the charging of the current and the voltage, so that you get exactly what this battery demands and needs to make sure that it is recovered, fully charged periodically. But it is, again, these new chemistries are a partial state of charge battery, which is what you really need in most solar applications, because in the real world, when you're using lead acid, they were still in partial state of charge, and that's why they ended up failing a lot more often, is because they ended up sulfating. When you use a true partial state of charge battery that has a BMS that actually makes sure it does get fully recovered and fully charged, that's what it's really important about. We also have this, with this battery's BMS, you have a full mobility ability module, or for being able to monitoring ability, both through apps on your computers, on your cell phones, through laptops, many different ways you can tell what's going on with the systems remotely, as well as if you're sitting in front of it. So again, it's a great product. We feel really good about it. It racks itself, where you can actually rack it up and have a actual, if you get the base and some of the little L brackets that go in between the modules, you can actually get a seismic rated product as well. We're getting all of the UL 9540s now for it, so in some of the tough states like California and Hawaii, you'll be able to deploy this product and be in compliance with all the state regulations.
And another thing, I know this is a dummy battery setup, but the outer case is what you get with the Deka Duration DD5300. And listen to this, it's heavy duty. We're not talking thin, metal here. We're talking, this is a nice heavy duty piece of equipment. And it looks really nice as well, really sleek on the wall. If you don't mind, can you come in with the camera, pan it up here to the top so folks can see what the top looks like. I think that's just so cool. It's got that Deka logo. I mean, isn't that beautiful? Now, Bruce, tell our viewers, if you don't mind, the dual voltage capability of going in parallel at 48 volt for residential, but also the high voltage capability. You are able to pair with a 30K and 60K solar for commercial industrial jobs. Would you mind explaining to our audience why you would want a battery system that's higher voltage and not just the traditional 48 volt for residential?
Well, anybody that knows that has had experience in deploying batteries for solar systems, the more capacity you get, you're going to end up, if you have more parallel strings in the low voltage. This is the low voltage side where you're putting your modules in parallel, and you have your cables are going to be are the biggest costs associated with low voltage. So if you start putting several strings in parallel on low voltage side, you end up with very big cables, and it's going to be a lot of high current, and it's going to cost an awful lot for that copper. So when you go to high voltage, and that's what everybody seems to be wanting to do, is go with the higher wattage inverters, the 30K and the 60K that Solar is putting out. You then put them in series, so you would never have a battery wired like this. This is just for a demo, like Josh said. It's a dummy. You have low voltage here and your high voltage here. You're putting them in series, so you're adding these voltages up to several strings, on up to 1,000 volts. You're going to have this size cable, which is a small cable, because you're going to high voltage and you have low current. So your costs are a lot less for cabling when you go to high voltage, and you're able to take advantage of a much quicker recharge in the way that these things stack up, and your modularity and your versatility of how you can actually stack these, and also put them either in stacks up to 8 high, or you can put them on end, flip them up and have them on end like a bookshelf type installation. But for high voltage, where you're putting lots of these batteries and strings, you just have a lot more flexibility, and the cost is a lot more by being able to do that. So it just works out real well.
And be on the lookout for these great business opportunities. Don't pass up a commercial industrial job where the AC voltage is 3-phase 208 or 480. We have your solutions. Deka duration, DD5300, your traditional lead acid batteries. Oh, one more thing. I feel like Palumbo. One more thing.
Yeah.
Bruce Habit, thank you for having us here. MK Battery. I want to make sure you come by the booth 2621. Check out the Deka products. Now, on our cell phones, we're always playing on LinkedIn or Facebook. And now, most people don't know this. Folks, if you have a solar business and you're trying to get extra revenue, solar business is down, you want to keep your people busy, tell your salespeople to start looking at other storage opportunities like standby power, data centers, I'm talking like warehouses full of millions of dollars of batteries, right? I mean, for our installers and electrical contractors that want to expand their business, there's a great opportunity to go after some of that standby power business and backup business and UPS business, right? Would you mind kind of just broaching that subject with our viewers real quick? I know that's a great opportunity.
Well, it seems like, everybody, when they think of solar, they think of residential, and residential clearly has led the markets and across this nation and actually globally for many years. But as Josh just said, right now, the big push is going to be going into the C&I markets, commercial and industrial markets, where you're going to have a lot more opportunities now to put in big battery banks and be able to supply power, backup systems, and or reduce your power from peak power time frames in these big commercial and industrial applications. It's going to be really nice. And these products are extremely flexible. You have the ability to use it as a small 48 volt, 55.3 or 5300 watt hour product in a home, on up to a very large megawatt type product that you can use for C&I applications. So as Josh said, C&I is going to be where everybody is going. Please stop by and talk to the SolarGent, the experts that can help you understand what your needs are and what you would need. And we're happy to talk to you about your energy storage needs for those applications.
Bruce and Rob, thank you.
Thanks, Josh, for stopping by. Really appreciate it.
MK Battery, Deka, available from SolarGent. And don't just think solar. When it comes to your business surviving, don't be a victim of this whole situation. You're not just surviving, you've got to thrive. So don't just survive, thrive, utilizing energy storage and the different avenues that your business can take advantage of to help people. Like you mentioned, these C&I opportunities, data centers, backing up some of these telephone companies. They have these big telecom sites. I mean, cool.
Hotels with their elevators getting backed up and reducing their peak power time frames is a great opportunity to do some energy storage and allow these batteries that can recharge so quickly during off-peak rates and be able to use the batteries during the high peak rates and keep your power bills. And your payback is going to be really very quick. You'll see your ROI very fast on those type of applications.
Yeah, don't be a one-trick pony with solar. Don't just survive, but thrive with energy storage. Deka Solutions, available from SolarGent. To find out more, email me today, storage@solargent.net. That's storage@solargent.net.